I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Losers keep on losing, and the train to crazy town is highballing to Armageddon. Since President-convicted felon was sworn in, everything's been such smooth sailing. Does it feel like victory yet? He got at the top of the FAA, disbanded the FAA Security Council, and within a week, we had 3 plane crashes. He blamed the last administration, the one that had 0 plane crashes.
I put safety first. Obama, Biden, and the Democrats put policy first.
He threatened tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Our neighbors that we have a trade agreement with called the USMCA, which Trump signed in 2020, the last time he defiled our country. So, he basically got pissed at the guy who made the trade agreement with Mexico and Canada. And that guy was him! And Trump, I agree with Trump. Trump is an idiot. What did the idiot get for threatening Mexico and Canada? Well, he got 10,000 troops on the border. Except those troops were already there because Biden demanded it in 2021. In fact, Biden got 15,000 troops and Trump accepted less. Then the Mexican president got Trump to agree to stop the flow of American guns into Mexico. Yeah, Trump's a negotiating genius. However, he got Canada to spend $1.3 billion on a plan to reinforce its border with new helicopters, technology, and personnel to stop the flow of fentanyl. Hold up! Biden negotiated that deal in December of 24. So, Trump's empty tariff threats killed the stock market for a day. People lost millions. China then put retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. and refused to talk to Trump. So now, American companies are getting screwed selling stuff in China. Winning! He tried to stop Birthright citizenship. Judge shut him down nationwide. Today, that judge said, I have difficulty understanding how a member of the bar can state unequivocally that this is a constitutional order. It boggles my mind. Let's translate that for the layman. What dumb thought this was anything but a sucking attempt at racism? Jesus! In fact, when the judge issued his temporary restraining order, he said, where were the lawyers when this decision was being made? Do you eat your own poop? Because this case is something a toddler wouldn't file. This week, President-convicted felon said,
the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
Describing his vision for the area as a new Riviera, because you know how much Jesus loved gambling. In fact, when Christ flips those tables, it wasn't because of the money changers. No, it was because the dealer had pulled a 21 with a 13 showing, and Jesus had 2 kings, or King of Kings, as Jesus called it. Trump said of Gaza,
we'll own it, and we will do a job with it, too. And I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East.
What came out of Mr. Trump is not digestible. It is a fantasy.
So, the guy that told you to inject disinfectant and couldn't sell steak, water, or vodka, and has filed bankruptcy 6 times, had 1 million die of a hoax virus, is going to fix the 4,000-year nightmare that is the Middle East. Trump said, everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land.
Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent.
Let's hear how much those people loved it. The Prime Minister of Saudi said the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia categorically rejects any violation of the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people, whether through Israeli settlement policies, annexation of Palestinian territories, or attempts to displace the Palestinian people from their land. Bitch, you ain't taking over Palestine. Sit your ass down. Egypt also said they were opposed to the U.S. in Palestine and refused to take in Palestinian refugees. Are you crazy, fat man? You done lost your mind? Ain't no one listening to your bullshit. Jordan says if the Americans in Israel try to eject the Palestinians from their land, that the Jordanians are ready to go to war. Ready to go to war? Right?
There is no way that I can explain it.
So, in 2 weeks, Trump has lost domestically. People died in plane crashes. He screwed up markets, got out negotiated by Canada and Mexico, has let a South African immigrant invade the American treasury, and has taken 225 million Americans' information and got another country to threaten to go to war against Israel. What the fuck? I don't get it either, man. You guys tired of winning yet? And why does winning with Trump always look and feel a lot like losing? I'm Christopher Titus. Do you do this every week? Because I don't want to translate anymore. Let's go. I'll go with you. God, man, this guy's an idiot. And it never stops. Yeah, but he's stupider than you could imagine, right?